So good. So we started JavaScript yesterday and we talked about some generic aspects. We talked about what are these variables in JavaScript, what is the naming convention that we might use in JavaScript. We talked about the comments, single line comments, multi-line comments. We talked about blocks of statements. Then we talked about functions in general. Okay. Some primary building blocks of JavaScript program. We'll be making so many functions during our discussions, and you will see today that I'll start making some functions. Then we talked about the plus as a concatenation operator. We saw that if either side is a string, it just concatenates, it just does not add. So plus is a very nice operator that finds out what is on my right and left, and according to their nature, it will come up with the result. If both of them are numbers, it will come up with an addition. If both of them are strings or one of them is a string, it will come up as a string. You remember we took some examples as well. Then we talked about there is some interesting data types. Number is one data type, whole number, fractions, everything come inside that. Strings is one of the data type. I told you there are three ways of writing strings. I just told you two of them intentionally. I did not tell you third one of them. And I'll tell you about third, which is question mark. I'll tell you maybe today or maybe someday after. Boolean, true or false. We talked about. Then we have object data type. This is something I would like you to, really keep in mind. Object data type. Arrays are object data type. Dates is an object data type. Function is an object data type. And by the way, later on we come to know that string is also an object data type. But anyhow, right now just consider object data type is something in JavaScript. Then we talked about null. We said, okay, something that is intentionally, forcefully being made null, nothing should have null inside that one. What is undefined? Undefined is what? Undefined, we say that undefined is a special value that indicates a value that has never been defined. That's the case. Okay, so this was a good practice, remember? This was a good practice. I gave you some strings. Okay, this is also string. This is also string. This is also string. This also becomes a string. The value becomes 1525 concatenation. And then this is a number. Then it is also a number. This is a Boolean. This is another Boolean. Then we had variables where is var c. It is undefined. Value is undefined. Var d is equal to null. The type becomes object and the value becomes null. I'm just giving you an review of the last session. Then we talked about, okay, console.log var first name is equal to etc, etc, etc. Then we saw one of the program in our script and we saw a program that how to define. So we are talking about mostly the data types, but you saw that, okay, whenever a string comes around this one, it will just make it as a string by itself. So today I will start talking about, again, we are still talking about basics of language. So today is May 31. So our May 31 lecture is starting here. So that you know that, okay, we started on May 31 over here. First of all, I'll talk about type conversion, which is very important part of any programming language. Type conversion. Do we have the facility to convert data from one type to the other? One type to the other. And we'll see that. So there are certain functions that are used in JavaScript. Some functions are used to do type conversion. You know type conversion? Do you guys have the idea? There is a string, I want to convert it into number. A number, I want to convert it into Boolean. Boolean, I want to convert it into something else. You know what I mean? So for that type conversion, we have certain functions over there. Right? So I will not write in notes. I'll go to the script again. Again, you remember, we are not talking about index.html anymore. One of the function is var value 1, right, and equal to true. Now, what is the data type of this value 1? Exactly, you did in the Python. Okay, so you will just you'll just very quickly get the idea. So this value 1 is a Boolean value, right? And I want to convert that into something else. So I say, for example, var value 2 equal to. So there's a function that converts anything into a string. So I say I want to convert the string, and for example, this value 1. I want to convert this value 1 into a string. Now, value 1 is a Boolean variable. You see, it is showing me Boolean. And I want to convert this value 1 into a string. I want to convert that into a string. Let's see what is the output over here. value 2. If I print that, you see it's coming up as a true, of course, because string, it's just converted into string and string is still true. If I print this before that one, for example, the value 1, if I print that, the value 1 before conversion, if I print that one, so you see it comes in yellow color. So now just consider that yellow color usually it represents the numbers and the Boolean values, but now it is converted into string. So string is one function that is used to convert. So if you want to convert a Boolean value into string, you can use this string function. You know what I mean? If you want to convert, we have not talked about arrays right now, but I think you should be familiar that much with that arrays. So for example, if I say, I'll just, make it comment. And if I say, rather, I'll make it comment as well. So I say that there is an array, and rather I'll just do this directly. So if I say var value equal to string, and I want to convert an array 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever, 5. So I have an array. I want to convert it into a string. Right now, console.log, and if I print this value, you will see what will come out. 1, 2, 3, 5 have become a string. They are no more arrays. And I will discuss arrays in detail, but let me just, tell you, if I have my array name, and if I say 1, 2, 3, whatever, 3, 5, whatever, I'll just take the same array. And again, I want to show you how it is converting. So now, rather than writing this, I can write my array because it's the same. Right, and now let's console my array here as well. You see, I'm consoling that one, and then, sorry, then I want to console this after conversion, right? So now if I hit save, if I run this program, what is the difference between these two outputs, Mackenzie? Can you tell me? The first one is a literal array, and that's why their square brackets are also there. And the second one has become a string. You know what I mean? So there are lots of functions, as I told you, and there are certain functions that will that do this one as well. So if I say var value equal to, if I say this 5 dot to string, this method we use too many times, to string, convert something to string. So I have converted 5 to string. So if I console.log value, you will see that now it will become a string. You see, string 5 is not a yellow number. 5 has become a string now. In the same way, we can just, just do var value equal to, I have a true value. I want to convert it to a string. Now it will be converted to string. Again, just telling you those functions. And now I'll just keep on telling you the functions. You understand the concept of conversion, and someone told me. So if I say var value equal to number, so there's a number function. So if I pass a string, see here, I passed a string to it, and I want to have a value. Now let's see what happens. And you know that I think we have done that. And if not, just let me know. You see, what will be my output? 12. And 12 is a number output. Yellow number. What if I pass something which is not a number, ABC? Of course, it cannot be converted into number. And remember this concept. When I run this one, you see, I get NaN. Can anyone tell me what is this NaN? Did I talk about this NaN? It's not a number. Yes, wonderful. Not a number. It says that I was unable to extract number out of it. And you remember, if I just place a 5 over here, maybe let's see what number will do for me. It says that it's not a number. And you remember, at some locations it will do that, but number conversion, it will try to find out it has to be really a number if you want to convert that. So if I write this, 50 in that one, of course, now this represents really a number. So it should represent the number rather than not a number. So number is one function that you can use to convert values. So for example, if I come over here, rather than string, if I pass a null, let's check what it does for the null. Value is equal to number. Convert the null into number. You see the null has been converted into 0. It says that null because it was it was a intentional nothing. Remember intentional nothing, it has taken, okay, null, which is intentional nothing, I will convert it to 0. You know what I mean? And now, how about if I convert a false or a true? Let's see, very interesting. A false also becomes 0. False is a 0. If I write true here, what will be my output? Anyone? Of course, you know that. It should be 1 because true in number is 1. Can I get a thumbs up from everyone? Because I know some guys are understanding, but I want everyone. Kaylee, are you with me? Okay, that's wonderful. Darren, are you with me? Understanding that conversion, sometimes you need to convert value from the one value to the other, and you can just check that what is the value and what do we want to do. So there are lots of functions. We'll be just working, and you can just find out that number function is there, and there are to fixing values. There are lots of functions, and you might see that you can work on lots of functions today. Then I want to start something, because I have just told you about the conversion. And now I want to start about operators, which is very, very important. And I know that you have discussed operators in Python, but I would like to just discuss some operators over here, because that would be interesting. You all know plus operator. It is for what? The operation is addition of numbers. You remember addition of numbers? And if I give an example, 4 plus 5, if I write 4 plus 5, you know that its reply will be, or its output will be 5, will be 9. Now, this same plus can be used as a concatenation of strings. And you remember we have talked about, if I write hello plus world. So now what it will do, it will just concatenate these two words, hello world. Remember, plus is a concatenation over here. Okay, then we have certain other operators. If you talk about, we have a subtraction operator, minus, which is minus, which is subtraction. Then we have a multiplication operator, which is multiplication, just you multiply two numbers together. Then you have a division operator, divide by, which is used for dividing numbers. Then you have a modulo operator. I would like to talk about this at least, because this is a very important operator. Can anyone tell me what is this modulo operator? Modulus or modulo operator? Modulus or modulo operator. How many of you know about that one? Remainder, that's wonderful. Anyone else? Neil is saying remainder. Was that discussed as remainder in the course? When I, Neil, when I ask a question, how many of you know this? I would be, in background, I'm asking you that in Python, what if you have studied that? Tell me if you have studied that. If you know it personally, that's a different story altogether. Now, remainder operator, and you know that 4 modulo 2 will produce what? What is the answer of this 4 modulo 2? Okay, Mark, that's wonderful. 4 modulo 2 will have answer what? 4 modulo 2 answer. Excellent. 0. That's wonderful. And 5 modulo 2 will be answer is equal to what? Now for 5 modulo 2, David. 1. That's wonderful, because it's remaining. And that's wonderful. You know about that. Now, then comes, that's wonderful. Then comes plus plus, which is called increment operator. I think that you have not discussed this increment and decrement operators. Have you discussed this decrement operator and increment operator? I'm asking again and again so that I get. So have you discussed this plus plus and minus minus operators? No. Kara says no. Not like that. Okay, wonderful. Now I would definitely discuss this increment decrement operator, and not only I will discuss that, but both of these operators have two shapes, pre and post. Both of them have these two shapes, pre and post. I'll talk about both of them, but I will just first give you something else. Now, what is this operator called? Equal to. It is called assignment operator. You remember assignment operator. If you want to assign something, x is equal to 7. Assign something. Oh, Neil, I'll talk about that. Neil, I'll talk about that. I want to just, be with me. I will discuss that and I'll explain that. No problem. Okay, so equal to is assignment operator. You know about that. Now, here comes another operator. Plus equal to. Do you know about what this operator is called? Plus equal to. It is called, generally different literature say different. It is called addition assignment operator, plus equal to. In the same way, there is minus equal to. It is called subtraction assignment. Subtraction assignment operator. Multiply equal to. It is called multiplication assignment. Again, now another question. Did you happen to use this function, these operators? Plus, multiply, minus, equal to, equal to, equal to? If not, that's not a problem because I'll talk about that. Have you discussed this plus equal to, minus equal to? Okay, you have talked about that. Ian says that. Like in Python, you have worked on these operators. Other than Ian, anyone? Plus equal to, minus. I'm talking about these three operators right now. Okay, you have talked. That's wonderful. Now I will just go a bit back, and now I would like to talk about increment, decrement operator and assignment operator. And I will not talk about over here, rather I'll talk about in code because I want to give you some very nice exercise over here. Now see here, addition assignment. You know about addition assignment. I'm talking about addition assignment operator. You know about that, but I will just then relate it to the increment operator or decrement operator. Now tell me, I'm writing a program var x equal to 10. Right? Right, x is equal to x plus 10. Another statement. I have two statements. And if I console.log x, what will be my output over here? Needing your quick feedback. 20, of course. X is equal to x plus 10. 20. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Now, I change the situation. Everyone is with me and change the situation. I remove this one. I come over here and I say x plus 10. What will be my output now? After Neil's 20. What will be my output now? Yes, what will be my output now? X plus 10. Oh, why are you taking 10, 10? Okay. I would guess exactly the same 20. Same 20. Why? Because listen, who's saying Ian? Ian, listen. X is an integer value, a number value. If there is a number value around it, it will just add that one. 20, yes, that's right. Kara, you understand that? Interesting part is that if I print X here, only X. Now, what will be the output of my this line number 35? Would it be 20 or 10? Oh, I've not saved that. Would the line number 35's output? So let's write output. Its output will be 20. Everyone agrees. Its output will be, Kelly says 10. Do you agree that the output will be 10 over here? Kelly says it should be 10. How many of you agree with Kelly? Can you just give a thumbs up to Kelly's comment? 10. If you agree with her that its output will be 10. Yes, okay. Now I want to tell you something. Okay, yes. So Kelly, you were right. You were exactly right. Now listen about that, what I want to say. Here 10 was added to x, but it was a temporary addition. It did not change the value of x. Makes sense, everyone? It does not change the value of x. It just temporarily adds that, it displays, and x remains at its original position. Now, rather than using this, if I remove these two lines for a second, not remove, I'll comment them and I'll put them in front of this line or in front of both lines because I want to show you something. Rather than that, if I write this statement, x equal to x plus 10, that x, add 10 into x and store it in x. You know about that. I'm talking about the addition assignment. And if I say console.log, and if I now print x, what will be the output of my line this now? Line 35. What will be the output, of course? Now, Kaylee, can you guess what will be the output of this only line 35? I'm just printing. It will be 20, of course. Why? Because it is addition. Now, can I do something like this? Everyone agrees that x plus equal to 10. Is that exactly mean the same? Add 10 in x and store in 10. Store in x. About that, I'm just writing over here. X is equal to X plus 10. I can write the same statement like this. X plus equal to 10. Whatever is the value of X, add 10 to it, and store back in X because equal to is also here. Does that make sense to everyone? Now, if that makes sense to everyone, now I'll talk about the increment decrement operator because you know about that one. Now, let's make all of this comment, all of this as comment, and now I'll say var X is equal to 10. Now see, if I do X plus plus and I print the value of X. Now, this is required. What should be my output over here? I need some guesses from you guys. What is that? 11. That's wonderful. Neil says 11. What plus plus does? It increments by 1. It increments the value by 1. Make sense, everyone? And it basically, it's a replacement of this statement, X plus equal to 1. So if I write plus equal to 1, that is equal to the same. Or maybe I can write X is equal to X plus 1. Does that make sense? All three statements will be same. X plus equal to 1, X is equal to X plus 1, or X plus plus. Increment operator. Make sense, everyone? If I, rather than increment, if I write minus minus, what will happen now? What will be my output now? Tyler says yes. Tyler, what will be my output now? Can you write the output in the chat window? What will be my output now? 9. Mark is right. It would be 9 now. That's wonderful. Now, let's go back to increment. Now tell me one thing. And I would just, I would just do what? I would just do a very interesting thing. I would plus plus. I've just, done plus plus. Rather than writing plus plus, I write this plus plus before. Then I ask you what will be my output. What will be my output? Now it's a pre-increment. Now I'm talking about pre-increment and post-increment. Now it's a pre-increment. Now what will be my output now? After Tyler's 9. Can anyone tell me what will be my output now? Okay, Neil says 20. No. Neil, remember, plus plus will always increment 1. Be it plus plus is on this side or that side. Neil, making sense it? Plus plus will only increment 1. So remember, plus plus is after the operator or before the operator. It will always increment 1. So it means my output should be 11 here again. Oh, sorry. My output should be 11 here again. Neil, are you understanding that? And I want you to just, focus on something. But the problem is that pre-increment and post-increment are different in philosophy. They are very interesting. See here, now I would like to play a game with you guys, and you will really enjoy this game. X is equal to 10. I have a variable. If I say console.log X plus plus, here comes the game. What will be the output of this line? What will be the output of this line? 11, 10, or what? What do you think? Can anyone tell me what will be the output of this line? It's 11. Okay, that's good. Ian, wonderful. Anyone else? 11. Neil says 11. Mark says 11. That's good. You should be surprised to see my output. It's 10. It's 10. Now, now listen about that one. This is called post increment. Increment after, like increment has been used after the variable name. Listen, when there is post increment, it means that whatever value is coming from the top for this very step, you have to use that value. Internally, you can increment 1 on that variable. What does that mean? Whatever value will be received from the top for this line, that value will be used. Like again, I'm printing it. It will say, okay, I know X is 10. And internally, I don't know. I would not see that this will become 11, but I won't see 11. I would say a 10 over here. How many of you understood this one? Because if you understood this one, I'll increase this game. This is a game that we'll start to play. it will print 10 and it will internally become 11. First of all, can I get some thumbs up from you guys if you understand? Internally, it is 11. Now it means, so yeah, so it does change to 11, but will only show exactly. And why it is showing 10, Neil? Because I have said to it, it's a post increment. Now, some guys have given thumbs up. If I come over here and I write console.log, and if I write plus x, can anyone tell me what will be my output now? Please don't run this code because I want you to understand the concept. What will be the output over here? Ian says 12. Wonderful. Anyone else? Ian, 12. Are you really sure 12? Let's talk about this. You might be right. How many of you agree with? You are thinking 11. Mark says 11. That's wonderful. Anyone else? 11. Kara says 11. That's good. Kaylee, what do you think? Kaylee, what's your mind? Is it 11? It should be 11 or 12. Now let's first of all run that and check if Ian was right. Second line output. Is it 12? Listen, internally the value had become 11 when I was coming to this line. It got incremented after printing 10. So when I came over here, it says first increment, then use. So when there is a pre-increment, first whatever value is coming internally, increment that and use in that statement. You know, now it will print out 12 because 11 internally came, 11 became 12 and it was printed. And can you tell me internally what will be stored? Will it be 12 or 13? What will be internally stored? Like internally when I'll be going to the else statement, would it be 12 same or it would become 13? Ian says 12. Ian, you got the concept, I think. It's wonderful. Kara, you know why 12? Because increment has already been done. You don't need to do this thing over there. I'm really happy. I would like to stop here. Darren Sparrow, you and maybe Terence, are you understanding the concept? This is very, very interesting. It's called internal, like, it's called pre-increment or post-increment. And this has really very important usage in programming usual, lately when you'll do that. Darren says so far, yes. Now, I would like some statements and I would like you to just give me the output of that one, right? And without running the program, please don't run the program. Rather just, give me the output. So for example, let's make it comment as well. You understand that var x is equal to 1. I'm starting with 1. Remember, I usually guys go for that one. So console.log x plus plus console.log x plus plus console.log minus minus x console.log minus minus x log x minus minus console.log. I need you to just write in the output. For example, someone write 1, 2, 3, 4, something like that. I need your output like this in the comment. Line number 1 output, line number 46 output, then 47, then 45. First, what will be the first print? Like I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 outputs. Tyler says 0. Tyler, no 0. I need 6 outputs like I've given you. For example, you are saying 0. So calculate what will be after that. So you say 0, then you say 1, then you say 0, then you say 2, then you say 3, like that. Stored that. 1, 2 stored. 2, 3 stored. 2, 1, 1, 0 stored. Okay. And 0. Okay. Let's see that. Ian, that's wonderful. Let's see. Okay, just don't worry about what is being stored inside. Right now, just give me the output. Okay, Mark says 1, 1, 0, minus 1, minus 1, 1. Good. Anyone else? Mark has done a wonderful job. I would like everyone to just, give their output. Kelly, without running this one, please give your output. Yeah. I need some more outputs. Again, without running that. So now see here, let's run that one. And Mark, thank you very much. You have done a wonderful job. And you have given output. Colin has given a very nice output. Tyler, you just started with 0, but I wanted to have. Okay, now listen. X value is 1. When I come to this line, it says post increment. Post increment means whatever is the value from the back, you have to print that value, and internally you have to make one increment because you have post increment. So internally it will make it 2. Everyone understand that? Now let's talk about the second one. Looks like Colin got it exactly right, but let's talk about that. When I came here, it says that, okay, whatever value is coming from the top, use that. Kara, are you looking at? Use that. And what is the value coming out from the top? It is coming 2 because internally what value is, that is the value that is coming over here. So 2 is here. So it says use that. Okay, use means print that. And internally do what? Whatever value was, internally increment that with 1. So now internally it will make it 3. When I come to this line, it says that you have to pre-decrement whatever value coming. And Kara, can you tell me, or any other Tyler, can you tell me what is the value coming from the top now for this X? Is this 3 or is this 2? It's 3 that is coming from the top. Now, if it is 3 coming from the top, it says decrement that. Yeah, exactly. So it would be 3 minus. So it would be said 3 minus 1, again 2. Again 2. You know what I mean? And what will go internally? Internally, it will go what? Tyler, internally it won't change because decrement has already been done. So 2 same. Internally also 2 same. Exactly. Now, if you come here, it says whatever value is coming from the top, decrement it. So Tyler, what will be the output now? Decrement it first and then use it. So what is coming from the top? 2. And it says decrement that. So when I decrement that, it becomes 1. It becomes 1. And internally, does it change internally as well? No, because decrement has already been done. Okay, come over here. It says whatever internally is coming, use that one. So Tyler or Kara, what will be the output? Because you two are replying. Mark, do you know what will be the output now? Internally 1 is coming and it's saying post decrement. So should it be 0 or 1? Exactly, it would be 1, and internally it should become 0 because now this will decrement after the use. And what will be the output over here? It would be 0. Should I hope that you guys have got that one? Understand that one? And that's really something that you need to keep in mind because, you know, we make some programming concepts where we'll be using this plus 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 X, and I would like you to just, you know, okay, what's going on? What is this plus plus? What it is, how it is working? Even I'll talk about some for loops and something today. Minus minus X and minus interchangeable. Not really. Kelly, they are not interchangeable. You see here, if it is Kelly minus minus X, it means first decrement, then use. If it is X minus minus Kelly, it means use the value and then decrement it. Kelly, you know what I mean? Same ways, X plus plus and plus plus X, they are very different in their sequence. So rather than if I just, you know, do this plus plus, so it means first increment. Now can anyone tell me what will become this output? The output will be changed. It was printed 1, internally it became 2. Now what will be printed here? Now in this situation, it would be 3. Yes, that's wonderful. 3, and internally it would be 3 again, and rest of the output will be same. Kelly, that's a good question. Kelly, understood? It's not interchangeable. They have their own purposes. Okay, that's wonderful. So most of you guys have understood this plus plus minus minus 1, and that's a very nice thing, important thing to do. If there was another X minus minus 1 at the end, would it be minus 1? Oh, yeah. Oh, I understood your question. So you mean said like, you know, Glenn, you say that if this is this minus minus, of course it will now become what? It will print 0, and internally it will become a minus 1 because yes, this is a legitimate value for the number minus 1. Yes, Glenn, it will become minus 1. And if you print X over here, just X, for example, so you will see that you will get a minus 1 over here. And I can run that for you just to show you the outputs. You see here that 1 3 2 1 1. So again, let's match that with the output 1 3 2 1 1 1 3 2 1 1. You see here, and then after that, yeah, there is a 0. There is a 0 over here, and then minus 1. You see here, Glenn. This is the output, and you can see, you can match the output. This 1, 3, 2, 1, 1, 0, -1. Okay, that's wonderful. Some guys are having that one. Okay, so after that, this is the increment, decrement operator, addition, assignment operators, and you know some of them operators. And then there are some logical operators. Logical operators. Have you heard about these? Like, I'll go back to the notes and I'll write operators over here. Have you heard about this one? And anyone? It's called logical and. Have you used that logical and operator, Glenn? And like double ampersand, like double this ampersand sign. Have you used that logical ending? Oh, you don't think so. And how about this one? Okay, because I'll discuss both of them together. How about this? How about this one? It's called logical or. Logical oring. Logical or. Other than Glenn, have you guys discussed this logical and logical or operators? No. Okay, no problems. No problem. I will tell you what are those two. Very interesting. This logical and logical or we did in Python, I thought, or similar. Exactly, and or. Yeah, exactly. They are in essence, they are same. You are right. So this operator in JavaScript, logical ending will be used, Glenn, by using this one, and logical oring will be used by this pipe sign. Straight line, straight two lines. Exactly. And you know about that. So I'll just write then if x is greater than 5 and y is less than 10. Both conditions should be true. And like logical and if you are familiar with that one, of course in Java, in Python you're familiar with that one. So this is basically the representation of and the and that you used over there. You know what I mean? And if you want to write that either condition should be true, x greater than 5, pipe sign. This is called pipe sign, or y less than 10. You remember this is basically equivalent to what you have discussed in Java in Python as oring. Glenn, are you understanding that one? Because this is very important. You need to know, okay, which operator you will use over here. That would just do for that same thing for you. Can I get some feedback? Because I want to know that if you know that, I will just skip that for a second and then you can use that in a practice question that we will be using today maybe. So practice rules. That's wonderful. So logical and logical or you are familiar with that one. Let's talk about others after the logical operators. There is an operator called, this is also a logical operator, not. Remember not? So not just reverses any input. Is that making sense to everyone? Now come over here and I'll show you. Console.log. Oh, you know. Okay, that's good. If I write not true, what should be my output? Not true. What should be my output? Mark, what should be my output? I've written down not true. The output should be false. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. You know about this not. Now, one operator that now I will talk about. It should be, it should be a point of concern for most of you. And you should be thinking, okay, what's that? There is a logical equality operator. If you want to check something equal to that one, equal operator. Do you remember you had equal operator in maybe in Python you have used that as well? Did you use this double equal to compare something? Comparison to compare those we use equal operator. You have used that. That's wonderful. Now I'll show you something very interesting because you would be surprised to know. Our x is equal to 10. X is an integer, mind you, remember. I write if x equal 10. Console.log happy else. I'm supposing that you know this if and else. You don't know the syntax of that, but just remember I'm making the blocks with that one. I will discuss this if and else separately, right? And I write sad. Now here comes another gain, small gain. What will be my output? Will it be sad or happy? Anyone? Will it be sad or happy? Mark says happy. Anyone else? It would be happy. Anyone agrees? Okay, that's wonderful. So yes, I'm getting an output of happy. So far, so good. Right? X is an integer and I have X is equal to 10 and I've checked if X is equal to 10, do that. Now, if I do some tweaking here, inverted commas. Now, first of all, I have a question. This is no more an integer. You know what is this now? Whenever something comes in inverted commas, it becomes what? A string. Remember everyone? It becomes a string. I am saying if X equals string 10. Now, what should be my output? It should be happy or sad. Sad. Ian says sad. Anyone else? Because it's a string. Good. Anyone else? I would like to have feedback from everyone because, only Neil, Ian, and Mark are replying what I see last comments. I would like to have. Glenn says sad. It should be sad. The output should be sad. Anyone? Darren says sad. Kara says sad. And by the way, you should not become sad, but the output is happy here. You would be surprised to know. Happy. Now you should be sad. Listen about that. Very, very, very important thing. You are right. Programmatically, logically, you are very right. I am comparing an integer with a string. You see, this is a string and this is an integer. You know what I mean? So you are right that it should be sad. Output should be sad. But JavaScript is so user friendly. There is a concept which is called coercion. I will just write the name of over here. It is called coercion. And I'll tell you what does that mean. JavaScript does what? Implicitly, JavaScript tries to convert either of the data type. When there is a double equal used, JavaScript automatically tries to convert one of the type into the equivalent type and then starts comparing that one. You know what does that mean? Might be what it does that this string is a 10 inside that, even though it's a string. JavaScript implicitly will take out the number of it and combine and compare it with X, which is basically equal to 10. So it's implicitly converts the type and check it with the X is equal to 10. So if you take out the number out of this 10, string 10, the number will be 10. You have seen that conversion today. We were looking at the conversion. So it is a 10. So when 10 becomes 10, it says it is happy. And now this is very bad. We should be sad looking at it. First of all, do you understand what is the problem over here? Why it is just showing happy here, even though it should show sad as you people are saying. You are right, because sad is the right word over here. But exactly. If it is the 11, if it was anything other than this 10, the sad will be the output. Because 11 is not 10. But do you see what I mean? That it tries to convert, and if it finds exactly the same number mark, what it will do, it will say, okay, that implicitly convert these two values, and after conversion, check that values. So now you might be wondering, then JavaScript will become so much buggy because you are trying to compare two different things and it is saying it's equal. Now, to save ourselves from this bug, JavaScript introduced another operator which is called strict equal to, triple equal to, equal. Now see, equal has a problem, double equal has a problem, coercion. Implicitly converts the type and compare, which is bad for us. Now, JavaScript has another operator, equal, which is called strict equal. What it does, see here, what it does. If I use a strict equal with that one, I will get sad. I hope you are understanding what I'm saying. So the coercion problem, or the problem which implicitly was converting data type, would not happen with triple equal. In JavaScript, recommendation, in JavaScript, try to use always equal rather than equal. Would you remember this advice? Always use equal because JavaScript has this tendency of converting types and you might get the wrong output. So you should always be looking for equal rather than equal. Yes, Kaylee says yes, Kaylee understands the concept. Equal. This is called strict equality operator, strict equal operator. That's wonderful. So I hope you will now remember this equal operator. Okay, now let's go back over here. So strict equal operator. Then there are that operator, greater than, I would not discuss them. Greater than, equal to, you know about that? Less than, equal to, less than. It's a string. They made it that way. Triple equal is the strict way. It has to be the same. No, triple equal is a strict equality that does not allow any conversion before testing, Neil. You know what I mean, Neil? So they have made this triple equal object, triple equal operator. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. It would, no. If it is matching, right? Like if it is not a data type problem over there, I understand. If I understand what you are saying. So if I have this x equals 10, of course it will say happy here. You'll see happy here. Neil, you know what I mean? If they are really equal, it will say it is equal. But if they are, if they are of different types, it won't match. That's a good question, Neil, by the way, right? Okay, that's wonderful. Now let's come back. So, Neil, can you give me one more feedback? Less than, greater than, less than, equal to. I think you are familiar with these operators. I will be using that in some functions. But are you familiar with this operator? Less than or equal to, greater than or equal to? Yeah. Okay, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. Okay. Now there is one another operator. You remember I've talked about that type of. You remember if you want to know the type of something. Now the last but not the least operator, which is very interesting, ternary operator. How many of you know about this operator? Question mark and colon. Neil, do you guys know about ternary? I think you won't be. You won't be knowing knowing about this ternary operator. Yes, Neil or anyone? Do you know about ternary operator? This question mark or and colon, and that's a very interesting operator, and you would really enjoy that. You would really enjoy it. I will use that again in my program rather than over here. Ternary operator is a very interesting thing. What is ternary operator? First of all, a ternary operator is a one that takes 3 operands. That's why it is called ternary. Ternary, 3 operand. Generally the operators that we have talked about, they are called binary operators. They require 2 operands. And there are certain operators which are called unary operators. Can you name some unary operators we have talked about today? A unary operator is one that requires 1 operand. What was the unary operator that we have discussed today? Have we discussed any unary operator which just required only one operand, only one side, not on the both sides? Have we discussed any operator today which was unary? By the way, we have wasted so much time in a unary operator today. Who will tell me what was the unary operator that we have discussed today? Exactly, Colin. Ian. That's wonderful. You remember? This plus can have either this x over here or x over here, but it does not require both. No, not equal to. Kara, equal to also look for 2 values. X equal to, var something equal to. It will require that operator. Unary operator is x plus. And now binary operator plus. Plus always required a plus b, a or b. If you do not write anything over there, plus will not make any sense. That's why plus is called binary operator. Minus, multiply. Usually most of operator, they require 2 operands. As you are saying, Kara, equal to. So equal to is also, if I write just a equal to, does that make any sense, Kara? A equal to. A equals to, you need to give some value, you have to have the second operator as well, operand as well. Now, ternary operator is an operator that takes 3 operands. Now, how does it take? First of all, I'll tell you its syntax. First of all, a condition comes, then the operator comes, question mark. No, Neil, that's a wonderful question. Plus equal to is a unary operator or not? No, the answer is no. Why? I would write it in binary operator. Why? X plus equal to, if I leave this, Neil, would it make any sense? X plus equal to. It requires 2 operands still. Neil, I hope you got the concept. If I write x plus equal to, it's nothing over there. If I say 5, oh, then it makes sense. Okay, x plus equal to 5. So it's a binary operator. And yes, by the way, you can just throw a operator and I'll tell you what is that. Okay, anyhow. So condition comes, then question mark comes, then the value if true. If the condition is true, run this one, colon, value if false. Now this is the operator, question mark and colon. These are the operators and three operands. Condition, value if true, value if false. Make sense, everyone? Are you getting that one? Understanding this one? Now I'll just write a statement. Var age equal to 20. I've just defined a var age equal to 20. I write a condition, age greater than 18 or greater than or equal to 18, condition, question mark, console.log, happy. I'm just making something, and colon, console.log, sad. How many of you are understanding what will happen out of this? If this condition will be tested, age greater than or equal to 18. Is this condition true or false right now? Age greater than or equal to 18. Is it true or false? Like it's an expression condition. Is it generating a true or false? Anyone? It's generating a true. Wonderful. So I have said after question mark, whatever comes, this has to be. Oh, David, you are saying false. No, see, age is equal to 20. I'm checking, is age greater than or equal to 18? So David, it is true condition over here. David, you know what I mean? Please correct it first, because I would like to just, to be very sure, greater than or equal to. Yeah. Now see here, if the condition is true, this part will execute. If the condition is false, this part will execute. Now, since the condition is true, what is the output that will come out of my program? You see here, what should be the output that come out, David? What should be the output? Happy. Yes, I'll get happy. And what about this? If I change age from 20 to 2, I change that, save that, run that. What will be the output now? Sad, right? Sad will come out. Are you understanding the ternary operator? Everyone, I would like to ask everyone. Condition comes, then question mark, then the value if true and value if false. Good. I can see a few thumbs up, but I'll give you some more examples of that one. So let me just make it a comment and I'll give you one more example. Age is equal to 20 and I define a message, just a message, right? I will just define a message. Now see, I say store in message equal to, message should be equal to, write a condition, age greater than or equal to 18, question mark, you are welcome, colon, you are underage. Now, I want you to understand that where you can use this ternary operator. You see, message has no value over here. Message is equal, store something in message. First of all, check the condition. Now tell me, is condition true or false right now? Age is greater than or equal to 18. Age is 20 right now. So condition is true or false? It's true. If condition is true, you come over here and you store you are welcome in message. There is no console over here. And if condition is false, store you are underage. If I run this program, what output I will get? Right now, what output I will get if I run this program? You are welcome or you are underage. You can just write welcome or underage to just display that message. Yes, what would be my output here? Yes, Ian got it. Nothing yet. There is no output. Why? Because there is no console statement. So Ian caught it. Now, if I come over here, if I come over here and I say console.log message. Now you understand, everyone, because I was just trying to trap you, but Ian was not trapped. Looks like rest of the people were trapped, Ian. Maybe they were thinking what should come out as an output. Anyhow, so you see here, console.log message. Now what will be my output? Anyone other than Ian, by the way? What should be my output now? Yes, anyone, what should be my output now? If I run my program. I'm not getting any response. You are welcome. You'll get you are welcome. Okay. You can just write welcome or underage as well. You are just take the you are common out. Welcome. That's wonderful. So you see, you are welcome. And now if I just go over there and again change the age to back to 2, now what will be the message? Underage. Would you guys remember this one? This little code that we have just read? We have not started talking about the functions as yet, but I hope that you are now starting to get familiar with these concepts that I have been using with you guys. Should I hope? That's wonderful. And I will share this code with you. And for today, again, I cannot give you any specific practice because, tomorrow definitely I'll give you some practice question for the week. And you will be definitely doing that. But right now today, you can just, look at these operators, try to come up with something, try to play this game that I have just shared with you, right? And you have these notes also. I've discussed all these operators. You have got these notes, and these notes should be doing some wonderful thing for you, right? So this is our week, this week's second script and this file. And this script file is very, very important. Any questions, anyone? Yeah. I know that you have a QAP to do, but this practice also, otherwise sometimes, you forget the concepts and that becomes a problem. Yes, I know that you have the QAP to do, and of course you will be just doing QAP. Any questions from anyone? Otherwise, we are done for today, and we have almost, reached to some operators, and now tomorrow I will just start maybe some functions, and then I'll give you some practice questions. Right. So if you don't have any questions, you can just, uh, put a nice chat message and leave. If you don't have any question, if you have a question, you can stay